So this basically is a review on the self-journal. Now, I'm a huge fan of journaling, and I teach it, I talk about it all the time, but of course there are many different ways, strategies and everything else, and ultimately when it comes to journaling you have to find your own. And apologies for the table, but this is about 80 years old. This used to belong to my great-great-grandfather, and I absolutely love it, and I thought it was perfect to demonstrate this. So I've already opened it. Truth is, the video for that wasn't very good, but the idea of this is it's a really cool little journal, mainly because it's set up in structure, which I'm going to discuss now. So when you open it up, you get a planner, because the basis of this goal journal is that it focuses on a 23-week cycle. So the good thing about that is that it's mapped out for you. The downside for me is that means that every quarter you would have to purchase a new journal. So I'm not too sure about that. That's something that I will have to experiment over the next sort of 6 months. When you open it up, you get a lovely nice pen holder, and the presentation is lovely. One of the things is I've ordered other journals from stuff. The only one I haven't ordered yet is the 5-minute journal, because I use the app for that. But when you get it, you get it in this lovely cardboard box. Presentation is fantastic. Other ones like the Daily Greatness one, you just literally get that in an envelope and that's it. So they've spent their time really sort of thinking about this. And at the back, it talks about some of its benefits. So it talks about comfortable, compact. That's one thing I love about it. It's a nice size. It's got freedom and structure, which is love. It's built to last. That's one thing that I love about this journal, and I'll show you that now. Is that this journal is really sturdy. It's really well built. In fact, the way that I would relate it to is like an old classic novel. It's built to stand the test of time. And for me, maybe it's just me, but history is going to be created in this because of its feel and its sort of durability of it. So that's something that I really love. One of the other things that sometimes lets other journals down, including Moleskines for me, is I love writing in either a good quality ballpoint or a fountain pen. And sometimes the page quality isn't that good. I haven't tested it yet. That will be the test to try with this, is to see what the quality is like. But I generally always write first in pencil anyway, and then me being me, I go through it in pen when it's meaning something. So let's have a little flick through. So it talks about the promise of the company. It's got a whack load of stuff, all sort of chronologically ordered and that sort of thing. Now, some of the things that I really love about this, and things that I teach on a regular basis to my clients and when I'm speaking on the podcast and stuff, is I talk about the importance of certain things. And people at Best Self have really thought about that, and they've really structured it. The other thing is they create a community as well, which you can go to find more things, bonus content, goal setting hacks, exclusive videos, PDFs, and again, a like-minded community. So I definitely love this. It talks about the sort of the 6 principles, which is stuff I love, the quotes, all of that stuff. That's really cool. But it goes on about morning routine and the importance of routines and those sort of things, which I absolutely love. It talks, sorry, not the 23-week, that's my mistake. It talks about the 13-week roadmap. So it sets out those tasks for you to create over the period of time, and the structure is really cool. So the first thing I love is it works in by the power of 3, which is again something that I really am attracted to with this. I've already filled the previous ones in, but this is like a blank sheet of my 3rd focus goal. And you can see, you write it down. You also talk about the end result, which is about emotional tie-in. It's why you're doing it, what is it you're going to achieve, what are you going to get. Love it. Progress goals, what are the 3 goals that are going to help you achieve that one? and then break them down. Really, really simple, really good, and it allows you just to focus. Now, for some people, you may have to break them down even further, but ultimately what it's about is it's getting the stuff done, written down, and everything else. But this page I really do love, and it's almost like a contract to yourself about getting stuff done. What is it that you need to do? What, you know, those sort of things, really, really important when you're wanting to create that level of success in your life. And that's, you know, obviously what best self wants. It's what I want when I talk about success IQ. It's really important. And one of the other things I love about this book, it doesn't have, because of the way it's set up in a 13-week cycle, it doesn't have dates already in. So you can literally purchase it and start it straight away without any challenge. Some people may want to round it off to the month, but you know, that's an entire personal choice. So you've got all of these things, you know, down, and then it goes into weeks. So it talks about habits, it talks about scale. How happy were you? So important to tap into that emotional side of creating success. You know, when we talk about the things that we want to achieve, it's not just about the work, it's about the emotional. You know, people talk about work-life balance. I like talking about work-life integration or harmony. That's the thing that really, it talks about celebration points, you know, so it goes through all of the weeks for that. And then we come to the goals. Page is set out really well. This is a daily 2 pages. Breaks that down. Love the fact that it does gratitude practice, but also does gratitude in the morning, in the evening as well. You put your goals, you put your targets, all of those things. But really, really cool. Lessons learned. You get an opportunity to put your feedback down. It doesn't, you know, you don't need War and Peace. You know very quickly what you needed to do in order to make it more effective. So you get an opportunity. But this bit, the wins, that is so important. You see, quite often what happens is people edit their day out. They edit all of the, when stuff isn't going right, they edit the day out. And unfortunately what that means is the good stuff gets removed and they focus on the negative. By doing your wins and by recording your wins, what that allows you to do is one, it's a little bit of a self-ego boost, which I think is so important sometimes. But also what it allows you to do is record your wins, record your successes. So when you're having a bad day, you can flick through and you can actually see that you have successfully achieved something, which is absolutely brilliant. And, you know, hats off to the best self who have done that. Quite a lot of them are starting to incorporate that, but it is really important that you record your wins. I often talk about success journaling, you know, recording those successes. For me, it stems from when I was ill for long term. It's changing the way my focus, changing what my focus is in order to move forward in the right way. So overall, this, I mean, initially looking at this is obviously I've got to trial it out and work it out, but I wanted to do this. There is space at the back for you to do free thinking, but it's just an absolute, it's a really lovely feeling journal, and I'm going to really look forward to sharing with you my experience with this once I've kind of like gone through it. I have also my other trusty journals that I use, so converting from just a free form writing to a structured one, we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to the experiment. But what I'd love to hear is what are your experiences with journaling? Do you prefer just a notepad, or do you prefer something that's structured like Best Self, the 5-minute journal, or the Daily Greatness? So this is Jeff Nicholson doing a review on the Self Journal. I just want to take this opportunity to say, wishing you the greatest success, and take care.